Mary Fields was a towering figure in the American West, a former slave who carved a legend of independence and iron will into the rugged Montana frontier. Born into slavery in Hickman County, Tennessee, around 1832, the first 3 decades of her life are largely obscured by the lack of historical documentation for the enslaved. Following the end of the Civil War and her emancipation, Fields, like many newly freed people, sought a fresh start and found work in various transient roles, including as a chambermaid on Mississippi River steamboats. Her journey eventually led her north to Toledo, Ohio, where she secured a position working at an Ursuline convent. Here, her close, lifelong relationship with Mother Mary Amadeus, whose family may have once held her in bondage, began. Fields was not a typical convent worker. She was tall, powerfully built, smoked cigars, enjoyed a drink, and possessed a famously explosive temper that often startled the religious sisters. Yet her loyalty and dedication were unwavering. In 1885, her connection to Mother Amadeus drew her further west. When Mother Amadeus fell ill while establishing Peter's Mission near Cascade, Montana Territory, Fields traveled there to nurse her back to health. She remained at the isolated mission for nearly a decade, taking on physically demanding roles typically reserved for men. She excelled as a freighter, hauling heavy supplies, growing food, doing laundry, and performing maintenance. Fields was an imposing woman, standing around 6 feet tall and weighing 200 pounds, and her rough and tumble demeanor suited the frontier better than the convent. It was during this period that her reputation for being fearless took root. She successfully defended her cargo from a pack of wolves and was known to have used her fists and, reportedly, her gun in disputes with other hired hands. This unholy mix of grit, profanity, and an alleged gunfight led the local bishop to demand her dismissal from the mission, a decision the nuns reluctantly carried out around 1894. After leaving the mission, Fields attempted to open a restaurant in the nearby town of Cascade, but her generous spirit proved detrimental to her business. She famously allowed too many customers who couldn't pay to eat for free, and the venture quickly failed. At the age of 63, and in need of a reliable income, she found her true calling. She applied for a star route contract with the U.S. Postal Service. Star routes were mail delivery services contracted out to private individuals to deliver mail to remote or less traveled areas. To secure the contract, she famously demonstrated her skill by being the fastest applicant to hitch a team of 6 horses. In 1895, she became the first African-American woman and the second woman overall to receive a star route contract, traversing the dangerous 34-mile round trip between Cascade and Peter's Mission. This role cemented her legendary status and earned her the moniker Stagecoach Mary. For 8 years, she never missed a day of work, regardless of the treacherous weather and terrain. Armed with a revolver and a shotgun, which she often kept hidden under her apron, she protected the mail from bandits and wolves. When winter snows piled up too high for her wagon, she simply swapped the horses for snowshoes and carried the mail sacks on her back, trekking the distance on foot. Her unwavering reliability made her a lifeline for the isolated settlers, miners, and the mission community. Her presence was unmistakable. A large, cigar-smoking black woman in men's work clothes, delivering the mail with the dedication of a saint and the toughness of a trail boss. Fields retired from the mail route in the early 1900s, but remained a beloved and respected fixture in Cascade until her death in 1914. She opened a successful laundry service and was often seen socializing with men in the local saloon, an exception granted to her by the town's mayor. When Montana law began to prohibit women from drinking in bars, she also developed a reputation for her deep affection for children, whom she often babysat, and for her love of the local baseball team, for whom she grew and presented flower bouquets to home run hitters. When her home burned down in 1912, the entire town rallied to rebuild it for her. a testament to the profound respect and affection she had earned. Born into slavery and facing the dual prejudices of race and gender, Mary Fields defied every conventional expectation, ultimately living, as Montana native Gary Cooper later wrote, as one of the freest souls ever to draw a breath, or a 38. She remains an enduring icon of fortitude and independence in American history.